Hey everybody, so last night I saw Knives Out, directed by Rian Johnson. This movie stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Daniel Craig, Christopher Plummer, Ana de Armas, Don Johnson, Tony Collette, Lakeith Stanfield, Catherine Langford, and Jaden Martell. I thought this movie was flat out phenomenal. I had someone ask me a few weeks ago, or a few months ago I should say, what my most anticipated movies were for the rest of the year. And he was shocked when I said Knives Out was at the top of that list. But this movie exceeded every expectation I had for it. The script, every little piece of dialogue that is said in this movie is important and comes into play later on in the film. And you might not even notice it. There's a line about O.J. Simpson early on in the film relating to, him killing Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman. That seems just like a one-off joke that won't come back into play at all. But it does. I found the script and its dialogue to be funny, poignant, and served a purpose. Every little line in this movie serves a purpose for the wider story, and they all come back into play. It was witty and felt like a classic murder mystery from the 20s or 30s, reframed and produced for the modern day. The story, at first, seems like it gives its hand away early on, but it stays intriguing and throwing curveballs at the audience throughout. However, I feel like the first act is very, very strong, and the rest of the film starts to fall a little flat after the film shows its hand as to what's going on. And in my opinion, Rian Johnson has completely saved himself in my mind as a director. For me, The Last Jedi, I thought it was shot okay, but I found his writing to be very weak and questionable. But in this, he completely redeems himself. Like I said, the script and the story are great. But I think it's directed wonderfully by him. A lot of the shots are interesting, intriguing. His shot selections, like I literally just said, were great. And his compositions, I thought, were good as well. And the cinematography and the staging were great as well. It's shot in an old house that looks so cool. And it's one of the few houses I've seen on screen this year that I really wouldn't mind living in. It's fucking cool as hell. As for the acting, I thought everyone in it was great, especially Craig and de Armas. Plummer was in it a whole lot more than I thought it was going to be, and he was good. Evans makes me happy that he has left Marvel, being Captain America, and will be doing more movies like this down the road, because I feel like roles like this fit him very well. And Collette, Curtis, and Shannon are good, but they're hardly in the movie. And I think that's my biggest problem with this movie overall. They have so many great characters that are in it, played by great actors giving good performances. And all of their interactions with each other are great and really make the film special and is one of my favorite parts of the entire movie. But so many of them just get pushed to the side. And I would have liked to have seen more of them in the movie because, like I said, their interactions are just so goddamn funny. And finally, I think the movie is paced very well. At 2 hours and 10 minutes, it never really drags. But at the same time, I don't know where all of that time went, which I guess is what's so good about the film's pacing. I hate that I keep saying that every film I've seen recently is going to be on my favorite or best list. But I really enjoyed this movie, and I don't know if I'll be able to leave it off either one of those lists at the end of the year. It's funny as hell, witty, creative, and flat out fun. I know physical media is a dying medium, and I already have so many Blu-rays and DVDs as it is. But Knives Out will be one of those movies that I buy when they come out on Blu-ray. I love its aesthetic and look, and I can't wait to rewatch it to see what I missed on my first view. 9.2 out of 10.